I'm Haley, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome! So, yeah, welcome. I am Haley. I'm Haley. And I'm a rock climber, if that was not abundantly clear from the title of this video. So, why am I starting a YouTube channel? Well, to explain why I'm starting a channel, I first need to explain what I am doing. So, it's January 2024. Towards the end of last year, I had an idea to prioritize climbing for the year of 2024. Not that climbing has not been a priority prior, a prior priority, if you will, but to just really put it first. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. In 2024, I am putting climbing first, and I'm pretty curious to see what happens if I do that, which leads me into why I'm starting this channel. I am an average 33-year-old white woman, probably of average climbing ability.
Nice burn.
And I'm pretty curious to see what I can do in a year. What will change if I put climbing first?
It's the second time I felt that.
Oh no.
Will I get better? Will the juice be worth the squeeze?
Will I enjoy it? Will I like it more? Will I like it less?
I don't know the answers to these questions, obviously. This could be a massive, like, quote-unquote failure. You know, I could get injured tomorrow. I could put climbing first and put all of my time and energy into it and kind of achieve the same thing that I've achieved other years. It's not only going to be measured in grades. So I am curious to see how much I can up my performance in a year, but performance isn't my priority. Like, I'm not going to go out and find the boulder or the route that's most suited to me and put a bunch of sessions into it until I send it and I tick that grade and I say, success, I sent V whatever this year and it was worth it. That's not what I'm trying to do. This year is much more about progression, and I'm going to be prioritizing things that make me a better climber versus sending. And part of that is sending, you know, being a good climber is about sending things that are hard for you. I'm just saying that isn't all that it's about. So yeah, it's going to be about the process just as much as it's going to be about the outcome. Actually, it's going to be about the process more than the outcome. And it's going to be a lot of me talking. So you better like the sound of my voice. We'll just leave it at that. So the next thing you might be thinking is, okay, if you are going to put climbing first, why are you starting a YouTube channel at the same time? Like, that seems counterintuitive. That seems like a competing objective. And you would be right. It's definitely a competing objective. And I've kind of agonized over whether to do it or not. For whatever reason, I just feel compelled to share this experience. I honestly am not totally sure why. It's not that I think I'm like amazing at climbing or that I'm going to become amazing at climbing in a year.
That was not a hole.
Or anything like that. It's more, I just don't think that there's any content out there like this, and I would want to see what happens. If my friend did this, I would want to know what the outcome was. I'd want to know what the experience was like for them. And I just felt like I'm doing this thing, like really doing this thing, and it would be remiss to not document it. And hopefully it will be helpful for other people to see how much more return you get for the extra effort that you put in. Because you do get better at climbing just kind of trucking along year after year, right? People, I mean, yes, of course there are plateaus and stuff, but there are a lot of people who gradually get better at climbing like year after year after year after year. And at some point, you get to the point of diminishing returns, right? Where you keep putting in effort and you keep putting in effort and you keep putting in effort. And the thing that you're getting out of it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. I don't know where that point is for me, but I am curious to find out, and I felt like that would be useful information to share. And if it's not useful, at the very least, I would hope that it is entertaining, because I'm sure that there are going to be a lot of ups and downs along the way, like a lot of ups and downs. Yeah, I'm going to be like super honest. It's going to be personal. It's not going to be just like, come climb fun boulders with me at the gym. Maybe there'll be some of that, I don't know, but that's certainly like not what this channel is about. This channel is going to be about what I am doing this year. So if you don't like me, you should probably leave this page right now.
There's going to be a lot of listening to me talk and a lot of me talking about the things that I have learned and the things that have gone well and the things that have not gone well.
And probably a lot of clips of me falling. I do take some kind of spectacular falls. Yeah, so I guess I should talk a little bit about where I'm at now so that you know where we're starting, so that at the end of the year we can see kind of where I went. I'm sure that like my grades will go up, but the amount that I can increase my grade or not is not like the objective here. But it is one measure, it is one metric, and it's a metric that we're all familiar with, and I'm certainly going to talk about it. I guess first I should talk about me. So I am 33, I live in Vegas, I am primarily a sport climber, or maybe was. Bouldering is awesome too. All climbing is awesome. If you're watching this, you probably agree. I guess I'm 2 seasons deep into bouldering now, so I guess I'm gonna say that I'm a sport climber and a boulderer. I'm kind of tall. I'm 171 centimeters or 5'7.5", and I am like 57 kilos, like 125 pounds. So I'm kind of tall, maybe kind of like lanky looking, and I have a -2, so that sucks. And yeah, let's talk about routes first. So my hardest red point grade is 12C, which I sent summer 2023. However, I have climbed a lot of 12 minus. I sent my first 12B in November 2021. So there's quite a gap between 12B and 12C, and I don't think that 12C is actually my limit right now. It's just this is the hardest thing that I have actually sent. In between 12B and 12C, I hired a mental coach, and I worked on my head, and I worked on my weaknesses, and I tried to become a more well-rounded climber, and I did all of this stuff. I feel like 12A is probably the grade at which I can climb any style. So I would imagine that my maximum red point grade in the style that suits me best is probably a little bit higher. My hardest on-site is 11D. I have on-sited 2 11Ds, one last summer at the Grail.
So strong, Haley. Let's go. You got this.
I'm so pumped. Just keep watching.
I got you.
And one November 2023 at the New River Gorge, aka the best crack in the world. Yeah, and I am like pretty proud of those on-sites. They were hard. I would love to on-site 12A this year. Like, I would love that. When I first started climbing, sending 12A was like my life goal. So if I could on-site 12A, which, you know, I'm certainly going to try and do this year, that would be sick. Okay, boulders. Prior to last season, I had bouldered outside like 5 to 10 times ever, and I think the hardest thing I sent was like V3. Last boulder season, which was my first, so that's the end of 2022 into the beginning of 2023, I sent V6. I sent my first V6.
That was close. Missed the good spot.
And then I sent 2 more, one last season, one just recently, and I have now flashed V4, but I've only very recently flashed V4.
This is my first full flash ever.
Yeah, I've only recently flashed V4, but I've flashed 3 of them, so I think that's probably an accurate starting point. I also just hadn't really tried to flash before, so yeah, I'm gonna say that my like starting flash grade is probably V4, and my red point grade for bouldering is V6. So yeah, that is where I'm at currently. I guess I should also talk about my strengths and weaknesses a little bit. So the thing that I'm like good at is slab and mantles. I'm not good at crimping. And I'm also not burly and powerful yet. I should say yet to both of these things. So hopefully that gives you a decent picture of where I'm at, and you're probably sick of listening to me talk. If you are interested and you want to see where this goes with me, subscribe. There will be more stuff coming soon. I'm not going to commit to any sort of schedule because that would defeat the whole purpose of putting climbing first. But I am going to share what happens as I go along. So if you're interested, hit subscribe. And yeah, hopefully we can find out together, and hopefully I don't get injured tomorrow. Knock on wood. That's me, that's where I'm at, that's what I'm doing this year, and that is what I'm trying to do with this channel. We will see what happens. Yeah. We will see what happens. And if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Peace.